Mount Aspiring and Fiordland National Parks in New Zealand's rugged South Island. Outdoor adventurers come here for some of the most spectacular scenery in the world. But it can be deadly. And when disaster strikes, the local police and search and rescue volunteers are the only lifeline. This time on High Country Rescue, can the Wanaka search and rescue team get help to an injured mountain biker?
Possible what's called blood loss, internal injuries.
Race to rescue a hiker in trouble.
We've got a tramper with a suspected broken leg.
And the team get a call to save one of their own.
We'll rescue the rescuers.
Wanaka and the surrounding area is a mecca for mountain bikers. Riders go to a lot of effort to find the best tracks. But when accidents happen, rescuing injured bikers is a major challenge. It's early on a Sunday evening. The Wanaka Police and Search and Rescue team are kitting up to rescue a mountain biker.
So need you here as soon as we can. Not doing anything? Sweet as a peach. Thanks, see you soon.
The word is that it's an old fella who's 5 k's north of Hunter Valley Station, so there's a four-wheel drive track which goes right around Lake Hawea. He's mountain biking, he's fallen off.
70-year-old Bruce Naylor has had a high-speed crash. Team medic Davey Robinson understands that Bruce might have a fractured pelvis.
Just quite a serious injury, so possible what's called blood loss, internal injuries, complications with the spine, quite an unstable injury, so yeah, we'll just take it very softly and try and get there as quickly as we can, really.
Fairly sort of difficult area to get to, so we're expecting that it might take a bit of a team effort to get him out. We're just got to be prepared for the worst and hope for the best.
Pilot James Ford lands right on cue, and in just a few minutes, the team are on their way.
What's your ETA to
Back at base, Aaron looks for areas where the helicopter can land.
It's a four-wheel drive track. It's a little bit gnarly in parts. It's good for a mountain bike and great for four-wheel drive, but certainly not a lot of options there for helicopter landings. And it's quite a steep frontage dropping down into the lake.
Chance there, we can always use this four-wheel drive, just put the stretcher on the back. Move them, yeah. Could be a bit bumpy though, there's no problem with that. Well, what's the key to trying to remove them out of there via four-wheel drive, eh?
The team flies north from Wanaka to the Hunter Valley Station. James must now find somewhere to land.
Expect it to be a downhill or across the... That's up there. Oh yeah, right.
Having spotted Bruce, they need to land as close as possible.
A bit of a flat out here, green one up to the right there, James. Just it looks alright. Oh, where am I? Yeah, you got a good run on the back there, James, so you'll be happy with it.
A flatbed truck is waiting to take them to Bruce.
We don't need the Furno now, do we?
We'll put this into the Furno.
We carry him in the
Just
Furno.
in the back of the truck.
Bruce is still lying where he crashed.
So you shouldn't have to move too much.
Davey and Gary assemble a scoop stretcher underneath him.
Okay, Bruce, can you just lift that shoulder? All right?
Yeah, just a little.
Okay, I got you there anyway. I'm going to pull up, Gary. Okay, just relax, Bruce. You good there?
Yeah, okay, now.
Yep. Yeah. What position is good for your leg? Is it up like that?
Well, it seems to be. Yeah, to move it down seems to hurt.
Okay, we'll just leave it there.
If Bruce does have a fractured pelvis, Keeping his legs bent will put less stress on the injury.
How's that, Bruce?
Yeah.
With Bruce stabilised, the team now have to get him to the chopper without further injury. Back in Wanaka, off-duty police constable Emma Fleming is called into search and rescue headquarters.
We've got a tramper stranded on the motor track with a suspected broken leg. The information we have at this stage is from two other trampers on the track, a mother and daughter. They located the injured tramper and helped him through to the Highland hut, and then they walked out to the end of the track to raise the alarm.
The Motatapu track is a demanding 34-kilometre hike across tussock lands with steep descents and ridgelines. The pressure is on Emma. She needs 2 search and rescue volunteers who can fly immediately.
So if you make your way down here, we'll get you going, eh? Cool. All right, see you soon. Bye.
The first to answer Emma's SOS is Glenn Shearson.
I've got a sleeping bag and some water, so if needs be, I'll sleep there the night and walk out tomorrow. And someone will have to tell my boss. He doesn't even know I'm here yet.
On this operation, search and rescue member Constable Pete Reid completes the team.
We're just going to basically arrive at the scene, assess what logistics we're going to have to look at to try and get this patient out of there.
In minutes, the rescue team are in the air. They take a direct flight path over Mount Roy, following the Motatapu track.
How are we doing? All right?
I'm Sue. What have you done to yourself?
I think I twisted my ankle and
Can you tell me what actually happened?
I don't know, I stepped on a tussock bush and I fell and heard a loud crack.
And then you hobbled for 6 hours?
Until it was dark. I was hoping to get here by nightfall, and I hobbled until about 11:30. I wasn't sure how I'm going to survive up there with no water, because there's no water, no streams up there.
Can you wiggle your toes for me, sweet? Good. This hurts a lot on your toes?
Pretty excruciating. It's pretty bad.
He's definitely probably got a break in that ankle region.
Injured a long way from the hut, Lior would have been hobbling for days.
And then I woke up today morning, started hobbling on my own, and I met these 2 girls.
Fortunately, a mother and daughter who were staying at the hut went to look for Lior.
We decided to head back and have a look for him because we'd been talking to him the day before and we knew he was walking alone and that he didn't have a locator beacon. He was quite pale and he looked like he was in quite a lot of pain.
He was also exhausted from having crawled for hours and hours and hours with a pack.
Mitten and Anne carried Lior for 4 hours to reach the hut.
I just carried him on my back with a leg under each arm, but he's quite a bit taller than me, and it was towards the end, especially when I was getting tired, it was hard to hold his legs up, and the hill's so steep that several times I knocked his leg, which was really awful, but I'm not used to carrying heavy things. No. The last little bit, I was crawling with him on my back.
The 2 women then walked for 6 hours without stopping to raise the alarm. "70-year-old Bruce Naylor has crashed his mountain bike at speed.
Just relax, Bruce.
He has a suspected broken pelvis and broken ribs. These painful injuries make carrying him to the helicopter tricky.
How's that, Bruce? So if you just put her in one range, super slow, that'd be awesome. 3, 2, 1.
That tail guard will be right, just swinging like that?
Yep. Yeah. Tiff, we'll go up to where that gate is, and it gives a nice slope down to the front of the helicopter. Okay. Cheers, mate.
Davey explains to Bruce's riding partner that a hard pocket of blood, known as a hematoma, has formed under Bruce's skin.
So he's taking a really big hit. It's got a size of a tennis ball.
Yep.
The team carefully positioned Bruce in the chopper, as any in-flight turbulence will be agonising. On the way back to Wanaka, Davey calls Aaron to brief the paramedics.
Alpha Hotel, Wanaka base. What are the nature of their injuries, over?
Suspected pelvis, is that right? Pelvis, injury to the left pelvis and ribs.
Yeah, copy that. The ambulance is standing by, ready for your arrival, over.
Bruce, what's going to happen is we're going to transfer to St John's and we'll get a doctor to give you a good assessment, and we'll either hold you here or you'll be on your way to either Dunstan.
Waiting for the team at the landing pad is St John paramedic Rod Walker.
Okay, Rod, this is Bruce, mountain biking downhill. He has injured his ribs and he's got pain in the pelvis, large hematoma on his pelvis.
Right. Okay, so it's this your left hip that's sore?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Quite sore when we move him.
So that's sore just there. If I push, you don't like that?
No.
Where my right hand is, just here?
Yeah, or on the other side.
It's more on the flesh rather than on the bone. So if I tap on that bone...
No, it's okay.
A thorough medical assessment confirmed Davey's diagnosis. Bruce was transferred to Dunstan Hospital in Clyde, where he was treated for a cracked hip, fractured pelvis and broken ribs. "22-year-old Israeli tramper Lior Barak has broken his ankle after falling down a ravine. Stranded, a long way from help, Lior was carried by fellow trampers. Search and rescue volunteers Glenn and Pete now have to get Lior out of the hills.
How much pain relief did you have?
I had 2 pills of codeine.
What we'll do is we'll put a cardboard splint on it just to secure it a lot better. Pop it in there. So he's going to go to Lakes District Hospital for an X-ray, and hopefully it's just a simple break that they can splint and cast there and get released from hospital tonight.
What is good is that everyone's kind of mucked in together and tried to help out to help this guy, which is good. And the paramedic did mention that there's potential that the ankle might be broken, so he would have been in a lot of pain. And to get himself out of that predicament, he's done well. He's got some grit.
There's no sense in being a martyr now when this helicopter's here.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, we're all sorted.
We're all good?
Yep. Thanks, guys. See you right, Glenn.
Close up.
Cheers. Good luck. Thanks for your help.
Yeah, he's real lucky to have 2 other trampers, the 2 ladies that came across him, go back for him, help him to the hut, and then travel all the way out of the track to raise the alarm. You know, he's very lucky that we were could get that information and you know, get a rescue team into him. It could have been a lot worse.
It's holiday time in Wanaka. Thousands of people come here to celebrate the new year, keeping local police and search and rescue volunteers busy. It's New Year's Day, and Sergeant Aaron Nicholson's morning is off to an earlier start than expected.
Just had an early call this morning at home in relation to a lady who's up on Mount Roy. I understand she's 22 years old. She's been overnighting in Rob Roy for New Year's Eve, obviously, and she's apparently hypothermic, and her friends are trying to carry her down the Mount Roy track in a sleeping bag.
Aaron's first job is to wake up some volunteers.
I suppose if I'm up, everyone's up. Yeah, Aaron Nicholson here from the police station. How are you? Oh, that's good to hear. Obviously not too big a night last night. Yeah, it's always nice waking people up at the crack of dawn on New Year's Day. For sure, for sure. Hey, look, I've got just a small problem lady up on Mount Roy.
Only 5 minutes drive from Wanaka, Mount Roy has a steep four-wheel drive track, so Aaron organises a team to go in the search and rescue ute. Within 10 minutes, Phil Melchior and Glenn Shearson have answered Aaron's wake-up call.
It's New Year's Day, 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's a good thing that I didn't drink a lot last night, otherwise I wouldn't be here. And we've got a lady who has got hypothermia up on Mount Roy. They went to watch the sun come up, and now we've got to go up and get them down.
Mount Roy is a great place to take in a view of Wanaka, or the glistening peak of Mount Aspiring in the distance. But as with any mountain, the weather conditions at the top can be very different from those at the bottom.
I guess they probably thought it would be a nice place to see the new year in, but perhaps didn't realise quite how cold it can get, not just at night generally in Wanaka, but you know, the higher up you get to that altitude and the temperature drops massively.
1,500 metres above sea level, Mount Roy is a demanding 3 to 4 hour uphill hike. "300 metres from the summit, Phil and Glenn meet the tramping party coming down.
Nathan, right? Yeah, good, thanks. I'm Glenn. Is she up here? Yeah.
22-year-old Abby Gibson's new year has not started well.
What's her name? Abby.
Ill-prepared for sub-zero temperatures at the summit, Abby is embarrassed about the rescue.
How are you?
Hi. This
Hi.
wouldn't have happened if I'd been tramping. I promise. I would have had the emergency beacon. I would have had loads more warm clothes.
No, it's all right.
I know what to bring.
Yeah,
this was just.
it's okay.
Oh, good.
As long as you're all right.
Well, I am lucid now. It was pretty freaky up there because I know all about hypothermia and stuff.
Yes.
And I knew that I was blacking out, and but I'm all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Pretty much lucid now, eh?
Yeah. Well, we can give you a ride down on the truck now.
Yeah.
Even though Abby says she's feeling better, Glenn doesn't want to take any chances.
Yeah, I'm good.
It's going to be so hot now.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Right,
you
shall we
guys
go?
have done a good job.
Yeah, they were pretty sweet.
Are you able to walk down to the truck? Cool.
Oh my gosh, this is pretty embarrassing.
While it's not the start to the year that Abby had in mind, it is memorable.
I couldn't stop shivering, and then I started sort of slurring my words, and I started like blacking out. I couldn't focus, and it was quite freaky. But beyond that, that's pretty much all I remember.
Phil, this is Aaron. Is there any need for further medical attention? Over.
Yeah, Aaron repeating. I believe there is no need for further medical attention. By the look of it, when she's had a cup of tea and some breakfast, she'll be fine. Over.
It was excellent of them to come, but yeah, no, they're angels.
Thank you so much.
That's
for
all
coming
right.
for this guy.
Right. You owe me a coffee.
All that remains is to get Abby to the car park at the bottom of the hill.
Because I had hypothermia and nearly blacked out, I don't think it's advisable to walk down this mountain, but I feel like I could.
That's just as well, as the search and rescue taxi has a problem.
We're stuck, mate.
Yeah, we're 300 metres vertical from the top. You know, the front tyre got very close to the edge.
Yeah, Roger, copy that, Phil. Sounds like a bit of a drama. I'm sure we'll get it sorted. I'll have to make a few phone calls and I'll get someone up there as soon as we can.
Plan B is walk. So that's what we're going to do. It may take a while, but we'll do it. It'll be good. And then we'll rescue the rescuers.
In the meantime, I'm going to have to make some phone calls and get another team on board to get up there and see if they can help get that vehicle out of the predicament it's in. Morning, Gaz. How you doing? Oh, good. You didn't have a big night last night? Just got an interesting job for you that you might be interested in. It's sort of called Rescue the Rescuers. So what we've got now is what was a relatively simple job has turned into a bit of a technical rescue. So I've called Gary and he's coming in. His rope skills could be quite handy. Yeah, it's a little bit ironic really, bit of a hoot because Gary just recently put his four-wheel drive into the Hunter River.
The reason that I believe I've been called is because I have a history with my own truck of drowning in the Hunter River, and I was safety officer for a mountain bike race, and So basically I don't have a leg to stand on to be able to take the piss out of the people up the hill.
Have you got a shovel?
No.
Glenn's priority is to keep Abby moving. As her body warms up, she could lapse into shock.
Pretty ready to go to sleep though.
What started simply enough has turned into a technical salvage job. But there's still a little room for that trademark high country humour.
Stand aside! No passing. Hold input.
As the ute is perched on the edge of the cliff, Gary's first priority is to secure it.
Any belays on it?
Using a combination of ropes, metal stakes and carabiners.
Waratahs are one of our better anchors around here, the big steel thing you put into the ground. Nothing else really, you can't tie off to a tussock. One of the more technical rescues I've done for a while.
I suppose in hindsight, looking at this job, given the fact that the four-wheel drive track up to Mount Roy is a bit of a goat track, the helicopter could have been a better option, but it's just something we try and think about as opposed to just instantly go, oh, helicopter this, helicopter that.
Tackling the tricky drive down,
Whoa.
the convoy soon catches up with Abby,
Yeah, we're just picking up the subject party.
whose New Year excitement is well and truly worn off.
I'd say the police are going to talk to her and just take a few details and then make sure she's okay, and then she'll probably just get sent home for a sleep.
How you feeling? Just tired.
Give her some breakfast and then sleep.
Yeah.
She's got a good bunch of friends who've looked after her, that's the main thing. Good start to a year.
This program was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.